Good morning and welcome back to this live Q&A session with yours truly, Donny Coram, the foreclosure deals coach. Thank you so much for tuning in each and every single week where we're going to discuss how to find, figure, fund, fix, and flip your first foreclosure deal. Guys, there's so much happening with the market right now. Really want to dive in a little bit today and discuss what's happening and why now is an excellent time to get started in foreclosure investing. I recently on my YouTube channel, and by the way, if you haven't done so already, do me a huge favor, hop on over to YouTube, search for Foreclosure Deals Coach, and please subscribe to the channel for me. I would greatly appreciate it. Try to get past that magic 100 subscriber mark on my way to the very coveted 1,000 subscribers. And if you can help me to get a couple more subscribers on that channel today, I'd really appreciate it. Head to YouTube and look for Foreclosure Deals Coach. So having a conversation with one of my favorite real estate guys here in the local Colorado Springs market, none other than Patrick Muldoon. A lot of great stuff coming out of that space. And just some background, when I started several years ago, there were a couple of major players in the REO market. For those who don't know, REO stands for real estate owned, and the essence of it is when a house is fully foreclosed and now belongs to the bank, it's considered an REO. Well, since the very early stages in my career, I was fully committed to focusing my career on the investment side of real estate. There are a ton of retail agents out there, and I'm not knocking my retail agent friends. We have to have a large retail segment because there's a lot of retail buyers. But my focus and my client's focus was always on finding a great deal in the real estate market. So I got started as an investor, and just about when I'm getting started, the market was starting to take a nosedive. I got my license, ironically, in 2007. Okay, so we all know what happened in 2008, which certainly got worse in 2009. And by 2010, we were a full-on recession. Well, back then, I was trying to make relationships with some of the top REO agents here in the town. And one of the great ones is Tom Lazzaro, another Patrick Muldoon. There are a couple other people who have gone by the wayside, but these guys are still in the market and they're monitoring the market continually. Well, having a conversation with Patrick, and hopefully he gets a chance to tune in today. And if you are here, Patrick, please hop on board, send some comments out. And that goes for you guys who are watching too. If you got some questions, please hop into the comments wherever you are and jump in the comments. But talking with Patrick, he's letting us know, again, that there's a common thing that happens every time we're about to hit a market collapse. And that common theme is the M2 money supply dips down. The M2 money supply is basically the measure in which they determine how much float in cash dollars are going to be available on the market. When they pull money back in or reduce the M2 money supply, the effect is there's less money on the market, and in doing so, rates go up. That's where we are today. When you pull the money supply down, the general byproduct is you see the rate increase, but there's a looming issue that a lot of people don't get because they're whimpering and whining about what's happening with the interest rates and not really seeing the big picture about what's going to happen next. So here we are, M2 money supply drops. This is way back in 2007. Okay. And then a few years later, we're in a massive real estate collapse. As a matter of fact, if you go back in time to every time the real estate market has seen a significant correction, roughly 2 years before that happens, the M2 money supply dips. Okay, it's as common as can be. Well, this is interesting because you know what happened recently? The interest rates went up and the M2 money supply was reduced to a 10-year low. The basically quantitative easing, they pulled money out of the market, okay? So in doing so, they reduced the M2 money supply, and in doing so, the rates went up roughly in 2022. We are talking first quarter in 2022 is when the rate increases started to appear in the marketplace. By middle of 2022, we really saw it. We had gone from the 2s and the 3s to now we're at 5%, 6% interest rates. It continued to rise into 2023. Now we're sitting at 6 and 7% interest rates, nearing 8% interest rates, and we are just about to cross the 2-year threshold of the M2 money supply being reduced. What this means, in my professional opinion, is we are heading into what would be called a foreclosure market. Now, the reason I call it foreclosure market is because that's the market I was looking at when I got my real estate license, and I'm realizing that it didn't make a ton of sense to me or any of my clients to buy a house in a marketplace where prices on houses were likely to decline. So the best bet was to wait for it, buy a deal. Right? And that's exactly what I push clients to do. Now, this had an incredible result for me. I remember getting a phone call from my buddy, Tom Lazzaro, and he said, hey, are you checking the real estate agent records, the sales numbers recently? I go, no, I don't even have access to that. I was just an agent. That was something brokers exclusively have access to. So I hadn't checked it. He says, you need to, right? And at the moment, for a split second, they're actually about a quarter, I was the #1 agent in buyer side transactions in the city of Colorado Springs. I'm not sharing that to toot my own horn, guys, but rather to explain to you that back then I learned this mastery of watching the marketplace, spotting deals, and I had a ton of investor clients. I had started my YouTube channel, Colorado Foreclosure Deals. I was going out, filming HUD properties, showing them off to potential buyers, and making a really great living selling foreclosures, below market assets to people. What has transitioned, I'm still doing the same thing, but today I'm in a paid coaching program where investors, whether they're licensed or they're buying a house for themselves or et cetera, can now purchase a foreclosure deal below market. I help them to find those deals. I got a team of acquisition guys. I analyze those deals on their behalf to make sure they're viable. I fund those deals using my hard and private money lender sources. So I'm helping you to find the capital. And I was just at an investment conference in Austin, Texas, the National Private Lenders Association, and we secured some incredible capital lines that we're going to be able to deploy at lower down payments than we've been able to do in the better part of 2 years now. Okay, the money is coming back to market, but here's the caveat. They want to work with experienced investors. See, when the market's in a state of turmoil like it is right now, they don't want to just lend money out to people who are learning the market when the market's doing this number, right? Rather, they would like to work on people who are experienced. Well, this is where I come in. By signing up with my coaching program, I am basically vouching for the loan on your behalf as my client. So you're going to benefit from my experience and get a lower down payment on the property that you're going to flip, allowing you to do more deals and have less money out of pocket as you're doing those more deals. Okay. This reality is going to lead to my clients doing deals right here in the Colorado Springs market. So again, help you find it. I help you analyze it. I help you fund it with my private money sources. I help you to fix it using my construction teams. I refer you over to the construction because construction is not my strong suit, but I make those introductions so you can meet the right people, help get the property flipped, and then finally help you sell it using my in-house agent that gives you a stellar discount because of the amount of volume that my clients offer. The net effect is we're looking to do deals that provide a minimum profit of $25,000 that you get to put in your pocket, or you get to do another deal as part of the process, right? And I want you to do as many deals as possible. The coaching program is an annual based coaching program, so we can fit as many deals as we want into that year. At the end of the year, as long as you made at least $25,000, I'm going to ask you to re-up with the coaching. We're going to go do it again, do as many deals as you can in that year with the long-term goal of you doing a lot more than $25,000 per deal and starting to do 3 or 4 deals a year at that minimum, making you a 6-figure plus income. It sounds utopian because when it's properly applied, guys, this is absolutely going to work. The point in all of this is not just about touting my coaching product, but that you need to understand that with the M2 money supply having been reduced almost 2 years ago, we're nearing 2024, just a few months away from 2024, and the M2 money supply started its reduction in early 2022. Okay, we are heading to a marketplace where we are certain we're going to see a lot more foreclosures on the market. Now, these foreclosures may not happen at the hands of homeowners, but rather hedge funds. You've got to understand that these hedge funds bought a ton of properties at the same time. Okay, some of these hedge funds are funding with their own capital. Some of them have lenders that they brought in money from other markets. In every single case, what Patrick said that was so pressing to me, and we're going to have him on the show, but one of the things he said to me is that the large scale retail hedge funds have already reported that their return on investment, which is the driving force in everything hedge funds do, is no longer as strong as it was in single family housing, and they're going to start dumping inventory. Okay, dumping inventory means our inventory levels come up. Inventory levels coming up means prices coming down, and sellers' ability to sell goes down. When those two things happen, people who need to sell are going to be forced into a foreclosure situation, providing opportunities for investors to scoop in and buy those deals. Okay, it is happening. It's happening in real time right now. And I know there's a lot of agents out there. They're like, people are always going to want to buy homes, bro. Like, why are you bringing so much doom and gloom to the market? The fact is, people are going to want to buy homes. But when you're talking about a gap in renting versus buying of over $1,000, and that's the current average right now, you're looking at what you can rent a place for and what you can buy it is now nearing $1,000 gap. The American dream of wanting to buy home ownership is not going to be affordable for people who are just getting by right now. Okay, which means a lot of buyers are going to be kicked out of the market and are going to be renters. And while that has been true since the beginning of the housing market, it's going to become especially true here in Colorado Springs because we're no longer a cheap place to live. Right? And as a result of that fact, the people who want to live here are going to be in a rough spot if they only want to buy. So they're going to be forced to rent. Less buyers pushes downward pressure. And here's the opportunity for you. If we buy those below market properties and make them top notch, I didn't say that houses were going to stop selling. What I said was there's going to be downward pressure on the houses, which affects houses that aren't nice even more. You see, if you're going to pay a 7 or 8% interest rate on a home, you're going to be expecting to get a really nice house for that, right? Now, when you were paying 2 or 3%, it made sense to go buy your own carpet, to update it a little bit, to hop on and do other things. But when you're looking at a situation where you got to pay a nice chunk of your monthly income's going to the payment, you're going to really want a nicer property to do that with. So this is the opportunity for investors who are savvy and willing to jump in the market during this time. Because if you buy these houses at a discount, replace the paint, replace the carpet, put in the pieces that need it to make it a gorgeous home, you're going to have no trouble selling in this upcoming market, and you're going to be able to demand top dollar for it because your competition is going to be looking average. Okay, so this net result is going to put money in the pocket of my clients. And if you want to be one of my clients and buy your first deal in late 2023, because we can get you in a deal still this year or into 2024, I implore you to reach out to me, message me, let me know you want to get started with coaching. Let's set up a time to chat about it and see if coaching is the right fit for you. All right, so that's the market analysis. We do a little of that every single week. I want to touch on something else I did this week that I'm super excited about. If you're a Facebook friend of mine, you probably already saw the post. If not, you're going to see it right now. I'm going to hop up on my screen here. But excuse me, the bottom line is my wife and I yesterday closed on the purchase of our new flooring store, Lifestyle Floors. Check this out. Let's hop into here real quick. I'm going to show you the website as well. That's me in live right now. All right. So here we are. It's my beautiful wife, Laura. We purchased Lifestyle Floors. Lifestyle Floors is a flooring company, obviously. Our showroom's located in the Stetson Hills area of Colorado Springs, Colorado. We've got tile, we've got hardwood, we've got carpet, we've got LVP, okay? The reason I purchased a flooring store is, guys, one of the major cost items on every single flip that we do is going to be the flooring. When you think about a house, 80% of the surfaces are two things: walls, which we can paint over, right? And flooring, which you got to stand on, right? As a result, that's a high cost item that is consistent. I figured, why not be part of the supply chain for my clients, give them a stellar deal on flooring by buying it directly from my own flooring store. We found a great opportunity to buy a flooring store. We have done so. This is yet another benefit for my clients who are buying a deal. They get access to that discount immediately. Excuse me, hurting today. All right. So come visit us. We're going to be doing an open house. I'll let you guys know when that is. Would love to have you come out and check out the showroom. Should be open and operating by the first week in November or so, because everything's kind of already there. We're putting our team together on the sales and operations side, and then we are off to the races on our flooring store. I am so excited to own another small business, but this business is really going to help my clients out. It's also going to help out the general public. If you're watching this and you're trying to sell a property, one of the cool perks we're going to be offering at this flooring store is carrying the note for the carpet. So instead of trying to show your property off with really crappy carpet and people, and you're trying to explain we're going to do a carpet allowance, buyers can't vision that. Okay, they can't picture what it's going to look like with new carpet. Let's solve that problem. We'll put carpet into it at no cost out of pocket to you. Well, $100 down is what my coach told me to take. So $100 down payment, and then we'll carry the rest of it until you close on the property. So when you sell it, we'll get paid for the carpeting. That way, if you don't have the money available right now to put carpet in, we can provide that as a supplier to you. So if you're an agent or a property manager, would love to chat with you about that program. Also, individual homeowners looking to get their property sold, let's chat about that. Happy to work with you to get that carpeting installed, so you don't have to worry about trying to fend off buyers complaining about the carpet not looking great, right? So super excited about that. Check out Lifestyle Floors. I want to give you the website just in general, mylifestylefloors.com. We haven't changed everything over yet, so it's still got the old owner's information. But we will measure it for free, as it mentions. Here's just a breakdown of what we offer here, and we've got some great coupons and discounts available to you that we're going to honor as we transition over. Stay tuned for that. Really excited to do our grand opening at our Stetson Hills location and have you there to discuss what's going on with the flooring business, and ideally have a conversation about you utilizing that service where we can give you a great discount on your flooring, becoming a coaching client, or doing a lot of business. We love to work with investors, my clients, and aside, and very excited about being a part of the community in the flooring space as well. Okay, so this is the time in the show. We're about 17 minutes in. We're going to open it up for Q&A a little bit. Obviously, today we've discussed the M2 money supply. We've gone over a little bit about the flooring store. We'd love to hear your questions about both of those things and discuss how we can work together in the coaching space. Or as always, if you just have general questions about real estate investing, let's discuss those in real time today. This is a live broadcast. If you're watching this right now, if you see the recording, comment on it anyway. I will also see the recording and be happy to respond. But guys, I cannot impart on you enough that there are economic signs, no matter what the government is saying, no matter what the agents are saying, the economic signs point to there's going to be a correction in the market. This correction is good news for real estate investors, okay? It's good news because we can buy deals at a lower value, a lower price, and sell them at retail value. There's going to be a lot of deals flooding onto the market right now, and would certainly love to have you guys join into that profitability and make some money doing deals. Got a couple people still viewing here. Say hello if you would. Wave over. Let me know that you're here. Comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Ask any questions that you have. But let's discuss the M2 money supply. Let's discuss what's happening, with the economics. The reason why it's taking so long for us to see this foreclosure debacle is because we have a political climate right now. We're heading into an election season next year, right? And the powers that be are making it crystal clear foreclosures have to start at some point. Obviously, the banks want to take the assets back, but the reason they're not today is because the administration does not want to go into election season with a high amount of foreclosures. Okay, and Politico has a lot of power over the finance market. They do they regulate it, they move it around, they do what they need to do to get the politics to work to make things look better than they are. That is exactly what's happening right now. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I have conversations with economists, real estate experts, Patrick Muldoon being one of the top guys here in town, and I'm bringing that to you guys live so you understand this is real, it is happening, and it's not bad news as long as you're on the right side of it. Okay, if you're a homeowner realistically, you're going to lose a little bit of equity in your property. That doesn't matter that much because you live there. This is where you sleep at night. It's not that big of a deal. But as an investor, it's going to provide a ton of opportunities to buy below market, fix up to market standards, and then sell the property at a profit. My system can help you to do just that on a continual basis and make you a lot of money doing it. The game is changing. The time is now. The place is here. Colorado Springs, Colorado, as well as other markets that we're researching right now, putting the coaching program together. And I'm telling you, I believe to my heart, I am the right guy to help you coach through your first deal. All right, that is our time for today. No comments today, but I really appreciate you guys who did. I saw a lot of viewership popping in and out, so thank you so much for tuning in to the show today. Lots of cool stuff coming, and if you'd like to get started in your coaching and do your first deal, please message me right here on Facebook. Reach out to me by phone if you got my number. Find me on LinkedIn. I'm pretty easy to find, and I would love to chat with you about doing your first deal. With that, this is Donny Coram, your foreclosure deals coach, thanking you so much for tuning in and reminding you now and always, don't buy a house, buy a deal.